Hello, everybody. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Monique, and I'm on a financial health journey to create an inheritance for the generations to come. I want to do that through consistency and discipline. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I created this weekly kind of dashboard, I guess is what they call them, just while I was in visiting with my brother, and I had my mom and my auntie with me because I needed to make sure I remembered my purpose in life so that I did not overspend the spring break holiday. I am a divorced, for anyone who's new here, I'm a divorced mother of 3. I was married for 23 years. I have 2 older children, adults. I call them my crumb snatchers. And then I have a daughter that's a junior in high school. And ultimately, I want to make sure that I don't leave them in a tough situation trying to, because of, I'll say it that way, because of the financial decisions that I've made in my life. So in essence, welcome to my page. Thank you if you have liked or commented on any of my videos, and for those that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. Started this as a way to hold myself accountable, but I do understand, recognize, and appreciate the community as a whole. So if you're rocking with me, I appreciate you. And then if you haven't made up your mind, sit with me for a spell. At the end of this video, if you find this is content that you find enjoyable or valuable, please feel free to subscribe. And so there was a lot of spending going on this past week. I am here to do a budget closeout for last week and then set up my budget for next week. I am a little bit early. So today is Wednesday, April the 10th. I close out my budget on Thursdays, and then I start a new cycle as far as that week is concerned on Friday. So my week usually runs from a Friday to Thursday, and so I am a little bit early, but I already know what I will be spending money on in the next couple of days. I don't anticipate having any unplanned expenses. I want to go ahead and get this video up or done so that I can get it up tomorrow. Because I have a lot planned for this weekend, and it's going to be kind of difficult to record. So we're going to do this a little bit early. So what are we going to do first? So I've shown off my cute little dashboard that I am very proud of. I won't even get into the ins and outs of that. We will move on into the budget video. I'm trying to keep myself at the 15-minute mark. So the next thing we need to do, and let me see if I can come in just a tad bit. The next thing we need to do is take care of the monthly overview and get this updated. So vacay was wonderful. It was excellent. We had a great time visiting. All right, so Nelnet cleared. That's my student loan. Paramount cleared for $12. That's done as well. Verizon cleared today. It's Wednesday, just this morning. And I should see a $10 decrease in this one come next month, and then it should stay around that 176 mark going forward. Ally cleared. I paid the minimum was 27 instead of 30, but that one's done. And then Discover. So Ally and Discover I pay early. They're not on auto draft. I wanted it to be covered in this particular week, so that money would be out of the way. And those have all cleared, so we are good. So we are tracking nicely to the monthly overview. I did check on over here in the corner. Still waiting on my friend to call me back. She's not called me back yet, so I don't know if I'll be doing anything on the 21st, and that might be good because I need to save some money where I can. I did check on my pay raise, and we'll talk about that in a minute when we go over the budget. And still no response from my lawn guy. I may be looking for a new lawn guy, unfortunately. But we shall see. All right, so that is it for the monthly overview. Let's bring the digital planner back, and then let's talk about this past week. So here we go. All right, so we have, let me bring over my camera and my calculator, and I'm gonna come out just a tad bit. And I'll zoom in on here. Sorry guys, sorry. Oh Lord, I've only not done this for 4 days. It doesn't take long to get out of sync when it comes to making these videos. But it's real time, there you go. All right, so this budget is for April the 4th through the 11th. Like I mentioned before, I am doing it a day early. For my bills account, I had in there exactly what I anticipated, $11.75. 250 was my actual for my variable expenses, what I plan to spend. Now there's more money there, but this is what I allocate myself every week. Kim and Micah came in as expected with the 150. I decided to roll over $100. I had a little bit more than that, but I was trying to build a cushion back again in my bills account. So I'm only rolling over $100 for this week. And then savings from last period. I did not save any money for my variable expenses that I decided to roll over. I kept all of that in my cash wallet envelope, which we'll talk about in a minute. So I didn't roll anything over from that. But when I looked at my account or my paycheck stub after I got back, it's online basically. After I got back from vacation, in essence, I had an additional $34 going into my variable expense account. So I have multiple accounts. I have money going in there from my check, etc. But my variable is the last one. So that account, the variable expense, just gets whatever's left over after everything else is allocated in the accounts as I've got documented online. So with that said, I saw an additional $34 there. Now my raise overall isn't $34. If you've been following me for any amount of time, especially in this year, you know that I am dealing with a 25 to 30% payroll deduction right now. And so that's accounted for in this as well. So they took that 30% out of the pay raise too. So I think in essence, I'm looking at $75, $80, I think, in every check probably overall, which I'm excited about and I'm happy about. But yeah, that is the extra or the savings that you see here. So plus 250 plus 150 plus 100 plus 34 equals $1,709. So let's go here. And then anything in green is good, anything in red is bad, and that probably should be in green. Let's go ahead. We'll do right. Go ahead and circle that. And we got that in. All right. As far as our bills are concerned, they have come in. The Paramount and Verizon have already cleared as I expected. iCloud is the only other thing. Now, iCloud should clear on the 11th, so we shall see. But at the end of the day, I've had this for several months. That amount doesn't change. It's 99 cents. So I'm not going to mark a check mark. Actually, let me not do that. But I am going to put a 1 here to just say I'm expecting that to come in as is expected. It is a subscription. It's always the same amount. So my total bill should still be $199, and that it came in as expected. As far as my savings challenges, sinking funds, etc., everything came in as expected, except what I decided to do was take that $34 that I had from the pay raise, and I decided to put that into the self-care challenge that I have. I'm trying to get up to $250. It's a scratch off. I scratched off, I think, $34. So it was pretty interesting that it was $34 that I saw extra in my check as well. So I scratched that off in the last sinking fund update, I think I did. So I went ahead and did that. Put that 34 in there. I scratched off another one, and that sucker was $30. I'm like, these scratch offs are ridiculous. So that $30 I will look to put into that challenge the next time I get paid. So I'm not getting paid on this coming Friday, so I won't be doing it for this coming Friday, but it'll be the next Friday that we will go ahead and see that changed. So, oh wait, forgot to add all of that together. All right, so that was 40, 50, 35, 58, 17, and 34 equals $234. Next, so I spent a lot of money while I was out of town. I spent pretty much all of this, and plus all of the extra that I had in my wallet as well, that I had been rolling over the last several weeks. So that sucker is empty, and we'll talk about that in a minute, or you guys will see that in a minute. I was able to get gas a couple of times where it came out of this variable expense budget, and then a couple of times where it came out of the cash that I already had in my envelope. So that's why you see it here. I was just trying to keep track of where I spent that money. So it has been a little bit difficult, and I'll show you guys this really quick. So this is what I normally see as far as a week's worth of expenses. This is what I saw in a 4-day period. Yes, we spend a lot of money, but with all of this, what I am excited about and what I'll cover next is the fact that there aren't any unplanned expenses, meaning all of this money that was spent was either money I'd already saved and rolled over into my cash envelopes that I keep in my wallet, or it was budgeted for in the $250 for variable expenses for this week. And I am proud of myself as far as that was concerned. Hence the reason why I created that dashboard that we talked about, just reminding myself while I was out of town. Consistency and discipline and focus is what I need to make sure I maintain. We had a wonderful time, but I now can look back and say there were so many times where I would have normally spent money, like we went to the mall and you know, they had the little cookie thing, and they had the slipper thing, and they had all of these, I'm in the shoe department where I need some sneakers, but I'm trying to save up for it. And there were so many places that I could have spent money and I did not. And I am very proud of myself for that, but I just needed that reminder, hence the dashboard that I created, just to make sure that I stayed on track. All right, so let's add this up. 15, 32. Only spent 71 out of my grocery money. 20, 10, 20, and 40 equals $208. So with that $208, I can tell you right now that I have 29 that's in here left over from my groceries, and the other part is in my variable expense account, and it will just stay there. So $208 minus $250 equals $42. And what I'm going to do with that $42, I'm going to list it that it's going to be cash envelope rollover here. And basically it's either in my wallet or it's in the bank, but either way, it's not going to be rolled over into next week's budget. But I do need to account for it because in essence, I'm spending that entire $250. So I started to write 208 here, but that would have been a mistake because it doesn't account for where the rest of the money is. And all of that money is not going to be in the bank, nor is it going to be rolled over. So I needed to make sure I documented it here. And that's why I did that for that 42. All right. Ally and Discover are not on auto draft. As I mentioned before, I manually pay those. I did go ahead and take care of those. It's only $3 less than what I initially anticipated. So it's $127, and that we will circle, and we will color that green because that's a good story. And honestly, I forgot to do that over here. So we will circle the 234, and we're going to color that green because whenever you can save more, you need to acknowledge that. There you go. All right. So let's see where we are. 1709 minus 199 minus 250 for expenses, 234 for savings, 127 for debt. And let's see where we are. 1709. Nope, that was a plus. 1709 minus 199 minus 250 minus 234 minus 127 equals $899 that I'm under budget, and that's rolling over, and that's going to cover the expenses that I have for this coming week. So I'm about $3 better, and that's probably here because that's the only thing where I saved any money specifically. So I will leave this at this because we're at about 14 minutes, and I will create a secondary video of the actual budget with me for next week's budget, but I will cover and I will just show you guys. So I know, let's come out just a little bit. So I know I showed this before, and if you go back and look at my last budget with me and budget closeout that I had right before I went on vacation, you probably would notice that there was a good bit of money in all of these. There's no money, honey, because I spent it. And I had myself a ball, and I am so grateful for having the ability to save and to prepare, and then to go and enjoy and not have to worry about breaking the bank. Because, and I did not cover this part, but as you could see, there were no unplanned expenses. No unplanned expenses because I had the money to cover it in here. So gas is empty. Eating out is empty. My personal is empty. Corinne, that's the family, is empty. Groceries has, and it better be $29. I'll count that in a minute. The savings, so the money that I took from the sinking funds, from family funds, sinking funds, and Auntie's baby sinking funds is all gone. And then nothing under the deposits. I've already scanned all of my receipts. And for groceries, 5, 10, 15, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $29. Now it's in groceries, or has been in groceries. We're going to move that, and we're going to put this under dining out, because tomorrow, which is Thursday, I know for sure we are going to be eating out, because we have practices and other things at the church, and I know I'm not going to feel like cooking, so I'm going to put that in there. I've been cooking every day. I will cook today. So we've not eaten out or anything else, but there you go. That's where we'll have it. And now we are done. So this is basically turned into just a closeout of last week's budget. And then I will create a separate video on budgeting for next week. And that is it. Thanks everybody for your time. You guys have a good one.